Hello ladies and gentlemen, you're watching NDTV. The Supreme Court today pulled up Madhya Pradesh Minister Vijay Shah for making a communal and derogatory remark against Colonel Sophia Qureshi, a senior Indian Army officer who was part of the briefings done by Indian Armed Forces on Operation Sindoor. Now, Vijay Shah had referred to the recent terror attack in Pahalgam. He had implied that Prime Minister Modi had sent their sister to the terrorists to teach them a lesson. Now, this was a veiled reference to Sophia Qureshi in a military aircraft for retaliation. Now, what we understand is that the court has labelled his comments as completely unacceptable. It has also denied his plea for interim protection from arrest. The court has also directed him to apologize before the High Court. The case has, of course, drawn widespread criticism from across political and military circles. In fact, earlier today, Samajwadi Party leader Ram Gopal Yadav too has used some casteist words with respect to Wing Commander Vyomika Singh. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has, however, reacted very strongly to this. Earlier this week, remember, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri and his daughter were attacked and abused online because India's top diplomat just did his job and articulated the government's position on pausing hostilities. Now, this is about dignity of women and how we perceive women, and this is also about dignity of a nation. We will discuss this episode today, what really happened and who needs to be held accountable and what is the impact of this on public discourse. We will be joined by a panel of guests, but first, here are some reactions.
दिव्या सिंह के बारे में इन्हें मालूम नहीं कि वो कौन है और न एयर ऑपरेशन के जो इंचार्ज थे एयर मार्शल अवधेश कुमार भारती न उनके बारे में मालूम था, वरना इन्हें भी गाली दे। व्योमिका सिंह हरियाणा की जाकर और एयर मार्शल भारती पूर्णिया के यादव हैं, तो तीनों तो पीडीए के थे। एक को मुसलमान समझ के गाली दी, एक को राजपूत समझ के कुछ नहीं किया और भारती के बारे में जानकारी नहीं थी। और जब पेपर में आ गया तब ये सोचने को विवश है कि अब क्या करें।
विंग कमांडर व्योमिका सिंह का अपमान केवल व्योमिका सिंह का अपमान नहीं है, वो भारत की बेटी का अपमान है, हर भारतीय का अपमान है। विंग कमांडर व्योमिका सिंह सिर्फ एक नाम नहीं, वह भारत के गौरव और महिला सशक्तिकरण और नए भारत की उड़ान का प्रतीक है। जाति के आधार पर हमारी वीरांगना का अपमान कर समाजवादी पार्टी ने अपनी नीच मानसिकता और महिला विरोधी सोच को उजागर करने का काम किया है।
और समाजवादी पार्टी के नेता का ये बयान इस बात को प्रमाणित करता है कि इनके मन में, इनके जहन में, इनके दिल दिमाग में दलितों के प्रति कितना नफरत भरी हुई है। व्योमिका सिंह मां भारती की वो बहादुर बेटी आज वो सिर्फ एक नाम नहीं है। आतंकवादियों के ऊपर से मुकदमा हटाने की जिनकी सरकारें बातें करती रही हूं, हम उनसे और क्या उम्मीद कर सकते हैं। और समाजवादी पार्टी से हम लोग कहना चाहते हैं कि विंग कमांडर व्योमिका सिंह का सम्मान आज पूरे देश और दुनिया में है।
We have with us Shazia Ilmi, spokesperson BJP. We have Advocate Ashpreet Khadiyal, who is from the Congress Party. We have Wing Commander Gitanjali Singh. She's also a defence expert. Brinda Adige joins us. She's a social and women activist. And Ashutosh Srivastav, Advocate Supreme Court. Thank you all of you for joining me today evening. Shazia, to you first. Clearly, there is nobody who will defend what the minister from MP said or even what Ram Gopal Yadav said. How do you see this? Do you think that there should be action against these people, even from the political parties that they belong to?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can speak for my party that there will be action against this minister who has said something so objectionable and actually hurt the sentiments of the entire country. I think it's completely reprehensible, the kind of language that is used. But more than the language is the mentality, is the way to look at even officers from the government as Hindus and Muslims and belonging to one, caste or the other. So I apologize with folded hands when it comes to my own party person, but I feel there should be they should not be allowed to get away with it. I'm very glad there are very strict charges that have been slapped on him, but I think our party will also soon take action as part of the process, and that is being considered.
Right, Shazia, I'm also, today we were not expecting the BJP to join, but, for the BJP spokesperson to say this is also, quite, admirable. Arshpreet, clearly it is not just one party, or for that matter, from Ramesh Biduri to Randeep Surjewala to Ponmudi, who is from the DMK, to Vijay Shah. So clearly this runs across parties, the way people see women, and also, the utterances that they use in public speeches. There's often, no mindful thought put into how they should be talking about women, especially women who are like Sofia Qureshi, or for that matter, even any woman for that matter. How do you see this? Because this, this cuts across party lines. This is not a political thing anymore. And these are men who have spent years in politics. Vijay Shah has been in public life for last 30 years.
Yes. See, first and foremost, गलती की माफी होती है, गुनाह की नहीं. And this is extremely unfortunate that the Bharatiya Janata Party has called a serving colonel a sister of terrorists. And despite that statement, Mr. Modi has not uttered a word. He has not condemned it. He has not expelled him from the cabinet. And he has not been expelled from the party yet. We want to know it from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Are you going to be supporting and siding with your minister, your 8-time MLA, when he is equating the army with terrorists? Is that what the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to be doing now? And number two, despite the fact that the Honorable MP, High Court, directed the DGP to register FIR by yesterday evening and imposed 152 and 192. 152 is basically endangering the unity, integrity, and sovereignty of India, and 192 is promoting enmity between different groups. And you want to be having people like Vijay Shah in your party, you want to be defending such people, having such ideologies. It's a matter of shame. And number three, the Honorable Supreme Court, it basically reprimanded them because the FIR that was registered after the suo motu direction was basically a sham. It was a casually registered FIR, lodged FIR, which had no ingredients, which had no basis, which basically the Supreme Court said this was done to be quashed. It was a weak piece of FIR. And on top of that, you see, there was no basically allegations, there were no ingredients, there was nothing done. And that's what the Honorable Supreme Court had to say, that we do not trust the police with the investigation, we'll be monitoring the probe. And the Bharatiya Janata Party needs to tell us in this debate, when will you expel him from the cabinet, when will he be expelled from the party, and when will Mr. Modi speak on this? Because there's nothing more important than this. He has tried to defame the army. He has tried to defame the women serving in the army who have done a commendable job, and he ought to be punished.
Okay, before I go to others, Shazia, would you like to take that?
No, I didn't want to indulge in any whataboutery on this. If something has happened, I don't want to say as to what, how Tanjmal was an expression used by Digvijay Singh, or item girl being used by Kamal Nath for a lady MLA. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into Azam Khan and all that has been said. I don't want to get into Shri Prakash Jaiswal and what he said. We keep going into a circle like that.
Right, absolutely. That's one thing that is right.
Something is terrible that has happened, and at least I, from my side, want to not apologize in folded hands, because I have all respect for Colonel Qureshi and all the women out there. I mean, we all are extremely sentimental about it, and I think it's terrible what the minister has said. And he has no place whatsoever in public life, let alone state cabinet.
Absolutely.
So I'm very clear on
Arshpreet,
that.
I'll come to you, but let me also get in Wing Commander Gitanjali Singh. Ma'am, you have spent a long time in the armed forces. Tell us, when comments like this are made, what does this do to the self-esteem of women who have worked very hard to get wherever they are? What does it do to people who look at them with a lot of pride and people who want to be like them? How does this really crush the spirit with which they've been working for the country? Ma'am, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Vasudha, I would like to say that, there is nothing that can come in the way of determination or the patriotism of all people who wear the uniform. Of course, when we look at our political parties or the leaders making any sort of comments irrespective of caste, creed and religion on anyone serving in the uniform or has been there, It is a jolt, definitely. But I'll say that when the political will is visible with such operations, we do our task, and that's it. And the only aim, and when we wear the uniform, we know what is our target. What are we supposed to do? I don't think so. Being in uniform, served 14 years in the Indian Air Force, have we ever been, taken aback by the comments which keep on going around and the political agendas that keep on going around? And also, I would like to address that. See, there are three things. Firstly, the machine doesn't know who's operating it. The machine recognizes only the skill, be it an aircraft, be it an AD weapon, be it anything. So the machine recognizes the skill. It is irrespective of caste, creed, and the sexuality of the person holding it. Second thing, the uniform personnel, when we all get together, when we are there in our units, squadrons, and operating with each other,
Right.
we don't know who comes from where. And
Right.
what are the beliefs? The only belief that we believe in is patriotism. We fight for our nation, and that's it.
Right.
The chapter closes there. So we don't go around beating around the bush, talking about all this. And I think that's immaterial. But yes, of course, there lies a lot of responsibility when we make any sort of comments on the national media. It definitely reflects upon the nation that we are.
Right.
India has proven its might by armed forces operations and the development that we're there. So it's like, where are we heading with such comments? I don't know. Where are we still, lingering around with?
Right. Brinda Adige, when we were young, we used to be told if you study well, if you reach a position of power, then people will look at you with a lot of respect. But, be it an actor, be it, even somebody who belongs to the armed forces, even if the society values you a lot for the work that you do, you're not really, such comments will keep happening, especially on women. How do you see this, of course, this entrenched patriarchy, but clearly, is there a way to fight something like this?
See, this is absolutely entrenched patriarchy, like you said. But worse is the impunity. Impunity because these men who are supposedly elected representatives, politicians from very big parties, know that they cannot be touched. Did the BJP party leader or the SP party leader come out and condemn this? No. Did my Prime Minister say anything about it? No. We have a spokesperson who is apologizing. But when will this fellow be suspended from the party? He knows that there are no consequences to his obnoxious behavior, to his humiliating, insulting, derogatory language against women and women who have accomplished. He dares to say that she is a terrorist. If this is the kind of language he's using, then what the hell are they continuing to keep him in the party? Isn't the entire country standing by the army? Isn't the entire country standing by the citizens who are caught between the terrorists? And this man is shooting his mouth off like this, knowing that there are no consequences. There's nothing at stake for him.
Right.
The Supreme Court has now said file a case. Has he come and apologized? No. Why should he apologize? Only the Supreme Court. Tell him to come and apologize in the same mic like he made that statement over there. And then strip him of any position. Why are you worried about votes?
Right.
Do you want such a nalayak fellow to represent any party or even the citizens?
Right.
Because if somebody doesn't respect the women citizens of this nation, he or she has no right to even hold a public office.
Right. Shazia, to you, is this the impunity, the fact that, most politicians who utter such remarks don't get punished by parties of different kind? Do you think that is what often, in some ways really doesn't stop them from doing what they've been doing for years?
Yeah, I think it's terrible that, this is a kind of a person who has won the elections 8 times, who's been 8 times a Vidhayak and utters these things. And there are CMs who say terrible things and ministers and across the parties. But I don't think some of what I heard just now is true. The party is taking action against him. Action has been taken by the courts. Party is clearly saying that this is not correct, what has happened. And he will not be, there will be no olive branch, so to speak. I think when you talk about somebody like Colonel Qureshi or Wing Commander Singh, we must also realize that this is the same government and the same party which has ensured that there are those women who are who are there at the forefront giving information on something like what is going on into our conflict. So a party and a government which believes in that, in actually showcasing our pride, our women there, would not obviously want leaders like this. So
Right.
this would be a direct contradiction, right, to what the PM's vision or the government's vision would be. So I don't think there is any scope for that,
Right.
for people like him to say this thing. And the
Ashmeet
very
Kaniyal, this
fact
is a
that
very
Colonel
important
Qureshi
point that
and
Shazia is
people-
making. It is the same government that you are criticizing now and holding accountable. It's the same government that really placed these women also, gave them a sense of responsibility, and that actually made all of us proud.
One second. It is their duty to do that. Right to equality is a fundamental right. The Bharatiya Janata Party should not be saying that give us credit for this. It is your duty to do it, to ensure that women are given equal
Nobody's
rights. Women are
taking
given
any
equal
credit
leadership,
for it,
and
or-
women are given the respect that they deserve. Number
Nobody's
two,
taking
please
any
allow me to
credit.
allow
I'm
me to
just
complete.
telling that
Number
a
two.
party which
I did not
actually-
interrupt you, Shaji ji. I did
No,
not
you're
interrupt
not
you. Please
interrupted, but what
please
you're saying is
Please
totally
hear me out.
off. What
Please hear me out. Please hear me out. Number one.
I'm saying is the
My
party
concern
that
with the
believes
Bharatiya
the
Janata
government
Shazia, I'll come back to you. Let him
believes in-
finish his
I
point.
can't.
Ashmeet, let him
Yeah, but he
just-
should not
yeah.
misquote me. He can say whatever he wants to say.
Allow me to please complete.
Yeah.
Number one, see, look at the audacity of the Bharatiya Janata Party's minister. After uttering that shameful statement, he says, "Mere bayan ko toda maroda ja raha hai." Look at the politics involved. And after that, the Bharatiya Janata Party's senior leadership is quiet about this. My concern with the BJP is, why are you not condemning it? Why is Mr. Modi, Mr. Shah, Home Minister, Prime Minister, other senior ministers condemning it? Is it not their duty to come out and speak against it and set an example by removing him from the party, removing him from the cabinet,
He will be.
so that
He will
no other BJP leader
Don't
has
worry, he
the
will be.
audacity
But what did
to
he do
utter a
about
statement
Kamal
like
Nath and
this?
Digvijay Singh?
It is important for you to
You
set an
removed Digvijay
example.
Singh and Kamal Nath.
It is important for you to set up a precedent so that nobody in your
I'm
party has
asking
the
you.
audacity to do something of that
I'm
sort.
asking
Number
you, what
two,
did you
don't
do
justify it.
about,
Do not justify it. Do not
Kamal Nath
justify
and
it by
Digvijay Singh?
quoting other statements. By quoting other people, by quoting other statements, are you trying to
Okay.
justify the
Shazia,
statement
now,
of minister?
yeah.
Number two, my concern with the
So my
BJP
only
last
point
point
was,
Ashmeet,
my
let
only point that I
Shazia
wanted to say,
respond and
number
come
1
back.
and 2 and 3, I will not get
Does
into.
the Bharatiya
The
Janata
only
Party,
point I
Let-
was
let-
saying
let's
is
have
that
Shazia,
the very
please.
fact that the
spokesperson
government
apologize.
has
Instead of having the spokesperson
in having these
apologize,
women
ask
represent
your
us
leaders
in the
to
Can we have Shazia,
apologize
please?
for
It's the
having
same government
inducted
who should
such
never be
people in a
happy
party.
with this minister
For having
who has
inducted
totally
such people
speaking
in a
out of
party,
turn
you
and is
should
totally out of
apologize.
line in the
And
terrible
instead of
language he
having
used.
the spokesperson apologize
And
for this,
Arshie would do
I would
well
say
by
the
also
BJP senior
condemning
leadership
Ram
should
Gopal Yadav
apologize
at the
for having
risk
such
of displeasing his of his coalition partner by saying it was totally irresponsible and that Akhilesh Yadav should ensure that he's thrown out of the party, just like he wants the action to be taken against the BJP minister, because they have to have the same rules for all such hateful men who have such crazy mentality, communal, casteist and misogynistic.
Right. Ashutosh, the court's taking so moto cognizance of an episode like this, and B.R. Gavai, Justice B.R. Gavai, the Chief Justice of India, is saying that a person holding a constitutional office is expected to exercise a degree of restraint, and that every sentence uttered by a minister must be with a sense of responsibility. How do you see the court's role in this? Because that, the fact that they took cognizance of this, sumoto cognizance of this, is also a marker of responsibility from the point of judiciary, isn't it?
Yes, I couldn't hear you in between, but what I could understand, see, first of all, I would like to say that the armed officers like Colonel Qureshi have, brought a lot of glory to the country in the recent times too, we have seen. So obviously, all these armed forces need to be respected by each and every individual, especially by the ministers or whoever is holding the constitutional position. And this is what has been told by the Supreme Court today. However, the Supreme Court has not denied hearing the petition. It is going to hear the petition in details at length, obviously, and then it will decide on the merits of the case, what is to be done. Now, the MP High Court has taken cognizance of this matter by ordering for the registration of the FIR. So obviously, if this particular minister doesn't get any relief, the police has to do the investigation in this case. And if charges are proven, obviously he will have to face the consequences. However, if we see from the statement what he has made, I have also heard personally, he says that, their sister, he has mentioned their sister. So now this word there has got a lot of resemblance. If If he means to say there means terrorist sister, obviously it is very much derogatory and nobody in this country would like. However, if this word there is referring to the people who died in Pahalgam, so their sister, that could also be a meaning, because he has not specifically mentioned that the terrorist sister, like that, the boards were not together. So,
no, I mean, come on, yaar. I mean, this is for everybody to understand that, you know, their sister in the context, there is a veiled reference to religion here.
Yes, I'm not denying. I'm not denying. This is what the investigation has to take place as per the court's order.
Yes, of course, there needs to be an investigation, but this is for people to see. One second, let me just get Wing Commander Gitanjali saying, when when the lawyer of this minister said today that unfortunately these comments were overhyped by media, and this is something Ashpreet was also pointing out. Many of these men say these things, but they blame it on media, and they send, they make people suspicious if the minister actually said something or not. Don't you think that also happens often, ma'am?
Yeah, it does, and I would like to reserve my comments on what's said, what's understood, and what was meant to be. I would just underline here that when we deal with women especially in uniform, and armed forces personnel or people doing those duties and donning the uniform, I think there's a sense of respect and a different sense of dealing that is required, irrespective of anything. But however, I would underline again that when we are dealing with any women, irrespective of uniform, not uniform, or what she's achieved, not achieved, there has to be a sense of dignity, respect, that needs to come, and it comes from the mindset. I would say here. So I would not.
That's very important. It comes from the mindset. Let me take closing remarks from Ashpreet. You wanted to say something. Ashpreet Khadial. Okay. Before Shazia, you wanted to end with some closing remarks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this issue is concerned.
Ashpreet, I'll come back to you. Let Shazia finish. I'll come to you.
May I kindly continue?
Yeah. Shazia, please continue.
Yeah, so I think, what happens in these matters when it comes to terrible comments that are made and absolutely hateful remarks and derogatory remarks, people in politics also indulge in whataboutery. I think some things are just not okay. And let's just do that. We are extremely proud that we want to learn. She inspires us, Colonel Qureshi. Wing Commander Singh inspires women of today. We want to serve the nation. We have to learn from them. So when people say something that is so terrible, and it's such a almost like it takes away the dignity and the glory of the situation, everybody reacts. So I think we should forget about politics in this matter, be very tough on it, and also make people realize this. This is nothing to do with BJP or Congress or Samajwadi Party. And I also want to say that the government has ensured that these women out there, for people to know the Sanya power and the Nari Shakti.
Right.
So if the minister doesn't get that very basic thing, he has no business being there in the first place.
Okay, very quickly, closing remarks from Ashpreet Khadial. Yeah.
Please, thank you. Number one, I want to ask from the Bharatiya Janata Party, why have you not answered the specific questions? When would the removal happen from the party and from the cabinet? Number two, has the Bharatiya Janata Party willfully tried to divert attention? This is another question, because many people were asking this question.
Okay, we are completely out of time. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Supreme Court on Thursday questioned the sense of responsibility of Madhya Pradesh Minister Vijay Shah, who reportedly made derogatory, shameful remarks and also communal remarks against Colonel Sophia Qureshi, an army officer who briefed media during Operation Sindoor. Government must clearly send a much needed message given this abuse that has been happening, because Colonel Qureshi and all women of this country deserve better. With that, it's a wrap of the show. More news and updates on the other side.